Good morning, everybody. You're welcome to this morning's interview. We're joined today by John Conroy. John is the owner of Laois BI, and he's going to tell us what his business does. Really, I think, John, what you can do for our members is certainly help them become more efficient and help them save money. So I'll let you describe in detail how you can help.
Okay, thank you very much. I run a software company. All companies have problems getting information reports from their business data. So we help small and medium-sized companies understand their data and identify opportunities using data analytics. I use a software from Microsoft called Power BI, which presents your information in a visual way to make it easier to see key points and trends at a glance. Okay. You don't have to do any more additional work. You know, you're currently entering your data into Excel or a database. So your main source of data is coming from your accounting package. So we connect directly to those software, and we import the data.
So you have some examples today, John, to show us how it actually.
I do. I have a fairly simple example of a report that I developed for a friend of mine. This chap has a small business. He's in the recycling business. I like to show it because it's a single product business. It's easy to understand.
Right.
So I'll go ahead and start.
Yeah, absolutely. Share your screen there.
Okay, this might take a second because it took a second the last time to get going. So here we are. That worked better. So, as I say, this chap, he recycles polystyrene and exports it. So what he needed to see was how much was he collecting by each of his operators, who were his main customers, and comparison between what he's collecting and what he's shipping. The one great advantage that Power BI gives you is the ability to drill down. So if you look at the first chap here, Brendan, if I click on Brendan, it's a bit slow here. Okay, so this shows all the work that Brendan done, where he did his work. It's totally interactive. So Brendan was working with this company, and he did most of his work with this company here. We click again. And if we go into the second chap, so you can see it will interact fairly quickly. It shows the amount of the process tonnage he did, and much of the collected product. And we can also slice it by year. So on what we're currently looking at is 19. If we want to look at 20, very quick analysis.
And I'm noticing down at the bottom there's lots of tabs where, for example, the county totals shows where the driver has delivered. Is that right?
Yeah, so we have quite a few different visualizations on it. So this one is actually part of his EU reporting requirement, that he has to report it by county, and the counties then have to report to the EU. Okay. So we actually have the collection, and it shows him exactly how much he collected and where he collected and the amount. And he uses this to fill the various forms. And one other thing I just want to very quickly show you, so we have how we can actually drill down. So we can see here on 19, if we click, just 1 second, and if we can drill down to 19, it will show each quarter what he did in each quarter with the amounts up here. And if we want to go into the third quarter, it shows each month, and again with the actual quantities. Or we can go right down onto it. If I want to do it, you go down today.
Great. And
one of the other things that
yeah.
Sorry, Bernie.
No, far away there.
One of the other things that I did for him was, obviously he has quite a lot of fuel usage. So we worked out how much fuel per 100 kilograms he was doing. Okay. So we track it by the truck, many miles, many liters, and we can see exactly, we get a graph. So if we click on Brendan here, we can see that his consumption did go up quite a bit. Right. That gives you an opportunity to something that you can focus on precisely. to see what the issues are.
Yeah.
Again, we can.
Yeah. No, you far ahead. Sorry.
Yes, Bernie.
Yeah. I was just about to say.
Again, we can do this, but. Sorry, Bernie.
I was just about to say, I can imagine that this type of data can be, depending on your business, every business will have a different type of data that they require. But this is a great example of the particular business you mentioned, but it can be applied across all sectors and all sizes of business.
It can. I have examples where across all range. It depends on what you're interested in.
Okay.
You could be interested in sales, your accountancy, your stock holding. We will analyze that accordingly.
Yeah.
We can break it down, as I was saying, by year. We can go down into by week. We can go down to by day.
Okay.
So depending on what you want to see, if you want to compare this week versus last week, or Monday versus Monday, I'm doing some analysis for an internet marketing company in the UK, and one of the things that they do I hadn't seen before is they compare Monday versus Monday, Tuesday versus Tuesday, and they go down to the actual hour of the day, and we can compare whatever is required.
Okay, and I know from the point of view of the Chamber, you actually put together a great CRM system for us. When I met you, I was, kind of saying to you how it'd be great if I could analyse my members by sector, by size, by location in the county. But I wouldn't have no clue how to manipulate data. So you took my Excel spreadsheet of all my members, and you were very easily able to come back to me with a user-friendly piece of software that connected to my Excel spreadsheet, and as I update that, everything gets updated, and I can do searches by location, by size, by sector. And it's a simple, mine was a pretty simple exercise for you, I'm sure, but invaluable piece of technology for me anyway.
Yes, the basic premise of connecting to people's own data is all done within the Power BI. They can connect to over 100 different types, and believe it or not, the very first one they connect to, and everything is done for us, is to Excel.
Right. Okay.
So many people still use Excel as their primary source, particularly in the smaller medium companies.
Yes.
Then the type of graph, the Americans call it visualizations, be it a graph or a spread or a chart or an actual matrix. We have hundreds and hundreds of different types, and depending on what works for each individual.
Okay.
They tend to be roughly around the same amount, but we do have a huge amount.
Okay.
It's most of it is there out of the box. It's when we want to do things like in accountancy, where we want to look at same period last week, last month, last year, that we need to get into some of the software, but that's not really that's all hidden behind. The main thing is we connect to your data, and we give you these visualizations which help you to identify your opportunities, to help you to identify, help you to make your decisions in a more professional manner.
I think the use of data analytics is becoming so important, and I think people are beginning to understand the value and the importance, and they will lead to efficiencies and savings and hopefully growth within your business. So John, if somebody picks up the phone, hopefully after this interview, how do they go about ending up with those graphs and visuals that you showed us there? What's the process involved?
Well, first thing is I talk with them about what type of business they're in, what's their main thing they want to see on a daily basis. As I say, some people it's their accountancy package, some people it's their stocks, their production, how much their guys are selling on the road, how much they're selling in a shop, and then quite often it's the breaking down of that. You've got 6 different products in categories, so we need to identify that. And that really is a chat. Then we decide, have a look at where your data is. And once we have those two things, I have to actually come to your premises, unfortunately, within the current environment, because I need to use your machine to link to your data. And then I have a file that I'll take away and analyze. Because what we're going to do in the future then is on that same machine where I've developed a link from the machine, from the Power BI to your data, as you continue to input your data the way you've always done, we then click a refresh button on the Power BI, and it pulls the information, the new data, into the Power BI and updates it.
Okay.
And you can do that as often as is required, whether it's daily, weekly, or hourly.
Yeah, and I know from what you did for the chamber, it was that straightforward. It was really easy.
Yes, it's
came to the office, took the data, came back, loading up, and I was good to go. I couldn't believe it, and I was actually able to use it, which was even a huge bonus.
It surprises me because everybody's a little bit nervous when I talk about how to do it. But when I show them just a refresh button, within a few days, they're saying, John, can we do this? Because it's so hard to realize how easy it is to get the data, and then they want to go further in depth in it to help them.
Yeah, okay. And Power BI is an open source piece of software.
Power BI is a Microsoft product. There are others out there. Power BI is possibly the leader. The initial, what they call a desktop version, the one I've shown you, is free. You can download it from the internet and go ahead and use it. The small, medium companies, that's the only software that they may require. And like Excel, you can share when you do it on the one PC that we decide upon. You can email a copy of the report around the office if you want to. You don't have to buy any more software.
Okay.
If you want to go on, there is a Power BI in the cloud, but it uses the desktop as the basis. So you publish the desktop version to the cloud. Okay. And on that you can share within your company. You also have the opportunity on that to actually do it on your mobile phone. It works seamlessly. You just download it and it works.
Yeah.
But initially, the desktop is all anyone needs.
Great.
And then I will work on that desktop with them.
Okay. So really, for people to find out more, I suppose the main message is to pick up the phone and have a chat and see how you can help them. And I think, you know, what you can bring to a business, particularly small and medium-sized businesses that mightn't have this capacity and expertise in-house, I think it's invaluable. And as you say, as people get to use it, they want more and more data, and you'll be able to kind of develop with them moving forward.
Yes. Yeah, what I say is I analyze your data. Let me help analyze your data with my expert help.
Yeah, exactly.
And I free you up from what we call the pain of reporting, because reporting can be a pain if you're not, and it can take away from time from running the business.
Yeah. Okay. Well, John, I think that really explained it. What can be hard for people to understand sometimes this particular topic. I think you've explained it really well and given us an overview of it. So really, hopefully, you'll have some members been in contact with you, and great to chat this morning. And thanks for taking the time to explain your business to us.
Thank you very much for your assistance, Bernie.
Thanks, John.
Bye.
Bye.